The Pierre-Luc Dubois trade has officially been finalized. Bit of tough back and forth by both teams here, but it finally got done. Spoke about it yesterday a bit, what we think about it, what we knew so far, but now it is officially done and finalized. Here is the full trade by Elliot Friedman. I believe this is all being finalized in the near future, which officially it has been now. Pierre-Luc Dubois will be a Los Angeles King. He's signing an extension with 8 years by $8.5 million in exchange for Gabe Vilardi, Alex Iafalo, Rasmus Kupari, and a second round. That is the return for this trade. I'm going to say, I do like the trade. I'll be going into some in-depth details in a few moments when we get to the extension part of it about why I don't like this for the LA Kings. But the trade, in both returns for the Kings and the Jets, I do like it. But Noah, let me know, what do you think about this trade, just right off the top here from what we just figured out here?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I like it for both sides. For Dubois, who was probably, well, we all knew he wasn't going to sign in Winnipeg, and a guy like Kevin Cheveldayoff, who the Jets GM was able to get a pretty good haul for a guy who wasn't going to be coming back.
Yeah, no, it's a good return of what you can get for what you had to work with. Pierre-Luc Dubois officially said that he was not going to be back in Winnipeg, didn't want to
Yeah.
sign an extension there. So that right there lost a lot of leverage you had in any situation you were going to do. Montreal, they pulled out of this when they found out what LA was giving up, and I mean, I can't really blame them. I would not have given up any more than
Yeah,
that.
it's a lot.
Yeah, Winnipeg got the ideal return for Pierre-Luc Dubois. They got a great defensive guy in Gabe Vilardi. They have Alex Iafalo, who's also their second line guy on LA, and get Rasmus Kupari as well in a second round pick. That's a lot, and I do like it for Winnipeg. Now, for the LA Kings, I do like it as well. Pierre-Luc Dubois, he's not a bad player, but the extension is what really, really worries me. You're giving a guy 8 years at $8.5 million for who's had a career high of 63 points. Now, he did play 73 games last season with Winnipeg, so he was close on point per game, but 8.5 for a guy who you're probably going to be using as a second or third line center. And,
A lot of money.
he's not great defensively. He's not fantastic offensively. He's pretty good in the power play. I'll say that. And don't take very many penalties, so that's ideal for what they have going in LA. But 8.5 is a lot of money for a player who's only got a career high of 63 points. I will say that end to end for 8 years, that is a lot of money. But Noah, what do you think about the extension and the situation LA's in?
I don't really know. They have, with LA now getting him, they have him and Kopitar and Danault as their three centers. There's part of me that's like, do you pay a center? You know what you're going to get. He's going to be your face-off guy. I'm on the side. You pay your center, but at the same time, for a guy at 60 points, topped off at 60 points, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, well, they also do have a lot of centers. We know that.
Yeah.
They have Turcotte as well, who's in the AHL. We would have to assume they're probably going to have to move him to a wing, because with Byfield there as well, Danault, you're not playing Kopitar and Danault on a wing. I wouldn't say you're putting Pierre-Luc Dubois on a wing. And Byfield, if he does stay with the LA Kings, he will not be on a wing either. So you're probably going to have to make some movements position-wise on the forward side of the things for the LA Kings. But I got to say, their forwards are looking pretty good here. So with Alex Iafalo, Gabe Vilardi, and Rasmus Kupari, who's there on the fourth line left wing. You can't see right now, but he's there. Those three will not be on this team. They're gone in the trade. So they have 3 open forward slots. But if you pair up Pierre-Luc Dubois, let's just say with a guy like Kevin Fiala, I think that'll be a very good pair for him. He'll get a legit forward, a very, very skilled offensive forward from what we know. His time with LA and his time with Minnesota, he's a very good forward. So if you pair him up like that, I think you'll get the true potential of what Pierre-Luc Dubois can do with this LA team, because they're going to need some offense. They're very strong defensively as well as their defensemen, But I do like the idea of where he would fit paired up specifically with an offensive forward just to get him that extra boost, because he's going to need it. I don't think you'll be able to put him on a line with a strictly defensive line. I don't think that would work very well. But if you put him up with a guy like Kevin Fiala, and you never know, maybe Victor Arvidsson or whatever, if they shuffle around the lines for next season, won't be a bad idea. So Noah, what do you think about the fit, like I just on the lines wise, for Pierre-Luc Dubois?
You can't go wrong with a three-headed monster, like I said, even if you play him at center, right? Like, I keep going back to that. I mean, I'll always praise Phil Danault. I mean, Montreal, a little bit of Montreal bias, but I love the three-headed monster of him, Danault, and Kopitar.
Yeah, you can never have enough centers. They're the biggest part of your team, arguably next to the goalie, for offense, defense, overtime, power play, whenever. You always need a strong center to pair up with your team. But now we're going to go to the part that worries me a bit here with Pierre-Luc Dubois. Like I said, the $8.5 million for 8 years. That's not ideal, I wouldn't say, for Pierre-Luc Dubois. I think he should get much less. I think it's way too much money. But you can see here, this is just a tweet I seen while I was looking through Twitter, all the reactions to this trade. You have Pierre-Luc Dubois as a Columbus Blue Jacket here. 239 games played, 66 goals, 159 points. Requested a trade after 3 seasons. Pierre-Luc Dubois as a Winnipeg Jet, 195 games played, 63 goals, 143 points, and requested a trade after 3 seasons. And now, with the 8 years, $8.5 million in Los Angeles, we're gonna see what he does. We're gonna see what he does with the points wise, the goals wise. But if this follows the trend that it has over the past 2 teams he's played with, 3 seasons now requesting a trade, I do bid a very, very strong will of good luck to the LA Kings trying to move this contract with 5 years remaining at 8.5, because they will not retain any salary on that if they do move him after however many years. He's not, I would say, the most energetic player on the ice, so, that might not fit the management style, the coaching style of what they want to see. You never know. Anything can happen. They might not like the way he plays. Something might happen where in the locker room where someone needs to go, and it might have to be him. Good luck moving that contract, because that will not be as easy as it seems, as we're talking about it here now. This is not NHL GM mode. This is real money. This is not easy to move that much money in today's NHL, where players are wanting upwards of $10 million for not even superstars at this point. Like, a good, solid player, upwards of $10 million. You can see here, Pierre-Luc Dubois, 8.5. Like, that's crazy. But, yeah, so the contract status for this one is a bit rough. In the long run, I think they might regret this contract after a while if he's not going up to 80 points at least. So that's basically what it's going to be.
I gotta laugh at the over under at 3.5 for how many seasons he spent with the team.
It's really following funny. A trend, so it's a pretty fair assessment of what will happen with him. But I'd say he'll probably spend more than 3 years. But just say if it's going to trade, like it's going to be hard. That's basically the point on this one here is it's going to be very, very difficult if they do want to move him at any point in this 8 years.
We talked a little bit about that in the last video. By the way, make sure you go watch that one before you watch this one. But, it's definitely a red flag. He played 3 seasons with Columbus, didn't really like what was going on over there, and then wanted out. And then pretty much the same thing happened in Winnipeg. So I don't know. If I'm a GM of an NHL team, I look at that as a major red flag.
Yeah, well, you got to think as well. When he went to Winnipeg, that is close to the point that LA is at right now. LA is a lot younger overall.
Fair point.
But they were a playoff team looking to get better. LA Kings made the playoffs this year, lost in the first round to Edmonton, gave them a bit of a challenge, but they're trying to get better. See, it's a bit of a similarity. So, something might happen to LA. They might make a bad trade, go downhill a bit, miss the playoffs. You never know what happens then. But that's all we have for this video. Make sure to check out the last one, like Noah said. That's where we went into more in detail when we found out what was going on with this whole ordeal. But now it's officially done. That's all we can do now is wait and see what happens with it. See what Pierre-Luc Dubois does next season. See how Winnipeg is. They're in a bit of a weird situation as well. We'll see what they have, what they'll do with the players they got, with who they have now, and everything like that. But if you like the video, make sure to like it, and also make sure to subscribe to the channel if you do want to see more stuff. Draft tomorrow. Very, very exciting times. We're going to be doing some stuff over that as well. So if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe. Stay along with us for the ride. It's going to be a very, very fun off-season. Hope you like the video. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.